But the Hoosiers, wasn't it? The Hoosiers, do you remember them?
Yeah, I do remember that.
Why is it like a percentage that keeps going up and down?
Just ignore that. That's that's in the background. It's saving your file for me to edit in a bit. So don't worry. Welcome along to the third season of the Mackem Football Show. We're in the pre-season between the absolute dross of finishing 16th and the 24-25 campaign.
Where we're going to finish at least 15th.
15th or 16th.
Yeah.
Progress is progress, mate. We'll be happy with that.
Program.
I think we might skip the what you drink inside of it until we're actually in the games and stuff.
No.
I literally went and got an alcoholic beverage on a Thursday night just for this bit.
Okay.
I've been to Five Guys tonight and I brought back some cloudy lemonade. You know, the old Schweppes cloudy lemonade from the little doofer where you get like a billion different choices. Yeah. Got some of that.
Yeah, the syrup machine.
Yeah, man.
The syrup machine, yeah.
Five Guys is definitely like a payday treat, isn't it? Have you just been paid?
Oh yeah. It was probably about 35 quid for me to stay. It's like
it's fucking
Jesus. Actually, it's mad that because I went to Five Guys literally yesterday.
Oh yeah, did you pay 35 quid?
26 quid for 2 burgers and a lot of chips.
Oh, you shared the large fries, mate. You see, that's the way to do it, man. Large fries by yourself, mate. You'd never eat again.
Yeah, I once got large fries just to myself. That was incredible. But me and Natalie were in London over the weekend, and we got a burger down at Truffle Burgers down next to the Eye. Right. So
yeah.
Okay.
One burger each, one cheeseburger each, and some fries. Right. I guess how much it was.
I'm gonna go on 50 quid.
No drinks, mate.
Can't do it. No drinks.
50 quid.
All right, that's a bit excessive. It was 50 quid. Like it was 35 quid.
All right, so the same price as the Five Guys. Except I get a refillable drink.
Yeah, and I looked over because you could get a beer, right? You could get a beer, but it was from another little bit round. It was fucking 9 quid for an IPA.
I don't know.
Goodness!
It's okay. I said
it was €2.30 in Bratislava.
Ali.
Okay. Anyway,
right. Catch up then.
I'm drinking some Taste the Difference rosé wine. And you know what?
Why is the glass look so tiny? You got a little tiny glass.
No, it's normal size glass.
It's a normal sort of glass of wine, isn't it? Normal size.
It's got a tiny head.
It's got a splash of cream soda in because I thought we had lemonade, but it turns out to be cream soda.
Oh yeah, how's rosé and cream soda? All right. Better left unsaid.
We'll leave it at that.
Oh, what you drinking, mate? I think it's all.
Water.
Water. There it is.
Where did the guitar come from?
What guitar?
Can you do it again?
Well, when I announce what I'm drinking.
Yeah. Like a guitar noise.
There it is. Someone pressing a button.
No, I've got it. There's a guitar right next to it. So
okay.
Yeah, water. Drinking water. Boring.
H2O.
And I'm being boring as well. Squash. Robinson's squash in my.
Hey, we had this chat in the last one, didn't we? If you're drinking Robinson's squash, like you're doing it for yourself, like.
Is it what kind of strength is it? Is it quad or?
No. It's a normal one, but you do it to about here, and the rest is squash. It's like 30%.
I haven't had alcohol for 5 months.
You're hanging out.
I'm a tiny bit, but what I will say is I've lost about 7 kilograms. So I'd say the IPA puts the fucking pounds on. So yeah,
just stick it off.
You should try.
What about Schweppes Cloudy Lemonade?
Maybe you should. Try
to be honest, I've been off pop. I've been off pop as well. I've just I'll drink either fresh juice or water. I tell you what, I've been hammering the coffee.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
Well, that helps it as well. To be fair, though, doesn't it? Come on.
I've said this before. Black Rifle, excellent coffee. I've said it before.
Oh yeah. Hey, everyone, where's these all little thingies coming from? I need to work this. How do you do it?
This system, there should be buttons on the side, but should we actually talk about? Should we actually talk about Sunderland Football Club for?
Let's go for it
a little bit because it's been.
Yeah.
It's been a hot mess. Oh,
yeah.
I think I can't remember how many weeks ago our last podcast was, but it feels like months and months. And at that stage, it was. Are we actually going to keep Dodds on? He's still here. We were going to get in as manager. We had to wait 124 days. It's like we've got a lot of slow moving parts at the club, but all of a sudden in the last week, it all just seems to be falling into place. And
about time,
we can discuss the last week basically, and we've got a different talking point for next hour and a half if you need to.
I wouldn't say a fall into place. I'd say a stumbling into place. Do you know what I mean? As far as their plan
somehow found its way, into the public forum.
It's made it, but through no fault of the management. It's just happened to come about.
Do you know what? Do you know what I'm gonna call out first? The word fucking imminently.
Yeah, I mean,
15 days between him saying we're in the final stages. We're imminently going to announce somebody. 15 days is not imminently like.
But I mean, in his defence or their defence, I'd probably say maybe.
My defence,
the World Still or whoever it was, led them down the garden path. You know,
I would definitely say that. Will Still, man, he was making all the noises over in France when he's saying, "Oh yeah. I don't necessarily want to take a Premier League job. It's got to be the right project." But I bet he was like giving it all that, behind the scenes. He was, guaranteed. Yeah. And then
no.
Yeah.
Then he suddenly realised, I don't want to do that.
Yeah, I'll give the club a little bit of leeway because I surely they went for him, big time went for him, offered him whatever, and then he's turned it off. So who knows? We don't know.
Does it mean all that much in the end though? That's kind of the
I think.
Are we?
I don't think so, right? I think, is it because we built them up so much? Do you know what I mean? We talked about Will Still for months and months and months and months and months and months, and then eventually, when it hasn't happened, everyone's a bit like, "Well, that was a waste of time, wasn't it?" But if we were none the wiser, do you know what I mean? None the wiser what was going on, we might treat old Reg a little bit differently or have a different opinion.
It feels like we've got Will Still's uncle though. Like it's clearly just the French older version of Will Still. It's I don't know.
In his defence,
named after cheese,
yeah, Lebrie. In his defence, I'd probably say I've seen another couple of podcast references. People jumping the gun saying he's fifth or sixth choice, and then other lads are saying, well, actually, if you look at his stats before when Pete on at Lorient, it wasn't actually that bad.
He did all right last year, didn't he? He took them, before it went a bit off the rails.
So, in that respect, are we getting a similar manager to Will Still? You know what I mean? I get he had a bad run, but I mean, Will Still didn't set the world on fire. Let's be honest. If you look at his stats as well.
Yeah, I can say, and it doesn't really matter for me. Like I said before the season ended, we have to get a manager in before pre-season starts. And we've done it. All right, it took a while, right? But we've done it. We've got who we've got.
A while.
And whether it was Will Still or Frank Lampard or whoever was going on.
Al, you were raging at the prospect of Frank Lampard.
The rumour mill
on that day when that was the rumour mill was firing, wasn't it? And the Frank Lampard rumour mill.
But it's just the same as saying like Rooney and that. You know what I mean? Like these blokes are getting jobs because of who they were in the playing days. There's no substance in the coaching career and management career. Yeah, he did all right at Derby, but everything else after that's been terrible. Same with Rooney, terrible. So
Rooney was exceptionally bad.
Very
I thought you were talking about Rooney there, mate. To be fair, with the Derby comment.
They were both at Derby.
Well, they're both at Derby. So, but look, it's not what we want. You know, we want someone established who's like. I mean, I gone back to Mowbray, but Mowbray knew the league inside out, and he got to tune out the players. And I could never say that with these. I think these players like to live off the back of the name. And I mean, I'm not saying they're terrible managers because you know maybe one day they'll be good, but that's not what we need at the minute, mate. We need someone established who has managed and has done well. Now you could argue Reggie LeBrie's been a coach a long time. And he had more good season with Lorient, but I just think they're tainted. Both them, like Rooney and Lampard, are just tainted with. You know what I mean? It's just
I don't.
Rooney more so than Lampard. Like let's be fair, Lampard. He did good at Derby, and he did well at Chelsea the first time round. Yeah. He even did all right when he went back.
If Lampard came, I'd be angry, but I would accept it. But mate, Rooney.
Non-starter.
No,
No.
Where did he get his job? He got a job, didn't he?
League One, isn't he? He's got a League One job, Rooney.
Is it Plymouth? Is that where
he got Plymouth? Yeah. So he's back in the Championship already.
Is he?
Yeah.
Mate, how is he pulling this off?
It's a brand. He's got a brand on it, and it's simple as that.
Because he is who he is.
The Shag and Granny's brand.
What is his brand?
Like, you know,
since he stopped playing, right? What's his brand? A perennial loser. That's what his brand is.
But look, there's no getting away from the lad was a great footballer. I mean, he's top draw footballer. But
he was.
You know, a transition to management. You can see it in people, in interviews, in knowledge, in tactics. He ain't got any of that. You know what I mean? He has to he needs to do a lot of coaching, I think, before he jumps straight into management. You know what I mean? He needs to be understudy someone. You know, going straight into management.
Like Arteta did with Pep.
Yeah, you know what I mean? You need to be learn the job. He just jumped straight into a fucking job. You know what I mean? And I just it's that is never going to work. And who's he managing? Plymouth.
Someone
like that. Yeah.
I'm going to put 100 bank on them going down.
What's the odds, Ivan?
We'll do that at the end.
Right, I'll text Ivan now and
get him moving.
I'll put the can down. But hey, Richard Bree, right? It's done. He's here. I hope he has a decent pre-season. Gets the players in that he wants. Yeah, let's do it, and let's hope he doesn't get sacked after fucking 10 games.
Well, I always have the same philosophy, and I will stick by it. If you lose 5 games or more in a row without any sign of improvement, you should be gone from any managerial job, regardless if it's Sunderland or fucking
here's a hypothetical.
Stevenage.
What if he wins the first 10 games and loses the next 5?
When have we ever won 10 games in a row?
Yeah, it's a hypothetical, isn't it?
Hypothetically speaking, you'd stick around because you think that those 5 games in a row could be an injury or whatever, but that's a very rare hypothetical. Are we going to lose another 5 after that, or what? Nah.
This is it. What about if he
points matter?
6 game losing, and you go, he's won 10 in a row, and now he's lost 6. You know,
something's clearly gone wrong, and that's why you'd look at it. But I don't think that's going to be anywhere near our caliber. We're not at the bottom of the Premier League where you're likely to lose most games. We are in the mid-table of the Championship, and you should be win, lose, drawing. If you're in that middle pack, you should be competing at the very least every single game. So
what I will say is, if you look at our form of the back end of last season, it was literally relegation form, right?
Oh yeah, we were second worst against.
Cannot be worse. In terms of the form, it cannot be worse, right?
No, it was Rotherham. Rotherham were the only one below us.
Right, with the exception of Rotherham, who were already relegated.
Yeah.
You know, he's Mr. Labrie. Well, I should correct myself. You know, he's got a doctorate. He's Dr. Labrie, really. You know that?
Monsieur Labrie?
No, Dr. Labrie, yeah. Right. He's got a doctorate.
What's doctor in French?
Doctor.
With an accent.
Le doctor.
God.
Dr. Beat. Dr. Beat.
Help me, Doc. Wait, you'll never guess what it is, right? I just had a quick Google. It's medicine. Genuinely.
Medicine.
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 Medicine
Old
Libby.
What's his doctorate in?
Oh,
Is it?
Right.
Is it? I hope it's football.
Sport? It's not outdoor activities like going ape or something.
No.
I'm not sure what his doctorate's in.
I think
Give us a minute.
Sports science, right?
I'm calling this already. This is Duff Jen. Like, he hasn't really got a doctorate.
Right.
I knew read it on.
Well, I'll tell you now because I just did a quick Google. In 2006, he obtained a doctorate in sports psychology and biomechanics at Ron University. So there you go.
Okay.
Educated. I like it.
With Dr. Labrie.
Okay, Doc. So,
right.
I don't know a lot about him, so I know Smithy.
Nobody did until about 3 days ago.
Well, just someone want to tell us about how does he play? What's his formation?
So yeah, sure. I can go into that one a little bit because, like I do, I look at the stats and just be epically geeky about it. But his go-to formation when he was performing really well was a 3-4-1-2. Now that doesn't match our current style whatsoever.
That's a pro club's formation if I've ever heard it.
Mm-hmm. So he likes a back three, which I don't mind at all. I think we played some of our best football last season outside of the Mowbray era with a back three. So I think our current players could adapt to that.
So
very,
who was in
quickly.
the back three then? Or should we?
If we're going current players,
yeah, just it says current players, okay?
Ballard 09 and Sealed for me. They're my back three.
I want to get 09 out of the midfield, out of the back four. Sorry.
This is Shooty's opportunity to not have to play centre half.
You've got Huggins and you've got Hume, who also could be a centre back, but I prefer them on
Huggins?
the.
Is Huggins play centre back?
He plays left back. So we've got rid of the left and right back, haven't we? We've got rid of the left and right back. So they could
left
go
side centre back. Is that what you're saying?
Yeah, so he would be like the one on the left part of the box and doing that wing sweeping. And you have Ballard as the centre man. And I think that would work.
Usually,
as well.
though, I mean, correct me if I'm wrong. I don't have a doctorate in football. Usually, you play your quick centre off in the middle, right, so you can go side to side. You play
your strongest. No, you play your most physical. So, if you look at Liverpool, perfect example. You got Van Dijk. He's the one in the centre. He's not the fastest centre back for them. You play the strongest and the one that's most likely to win the ball in the air.
This is why I'm not a manager, mate. I don't know. I thought it would make sense, right? So you have your fastest guy in the middle, right, and he can cover. If he's been pulled away, he can get across. I don't know.
Do you know what? I'd also like to see. I know he's been injured, but I think Alicia is,
good shot.
I rate him like at centre half. Like I would like to see him at centre half, but I rate him as he played left. Did he play left back or right back? I can't remember. Was it right back?
Right back, I think.
Yeah. But he's a centre half, wasn't he?
Yeah, I think we've got a lot of players that can fit in there a lot of different positions.
But I just want to push 09 out the fucking back four, back three, whatever. I just,
I think 09 will play wherever you put him.
He will.
Simple as that, isn't
it? That is his gift and his curse. He can get wherever you want.
I'd still like to see him as like a CDM type player. You know what I mean? A sitter.
I think
he does his best work there.
Yeah, no,
you know what I mean?
I agree with you.
And in centre half, I like a traditional 6 foot plus centre half who can win headers. You know what I mean? Yeah,
like a Ballard.
Ballard, Alicia, someone. Obviously we've got decent feet. You know what I mean? I don't want Harry Maguire in the back four, but off three, whatever it is. But traditional centre half for me.
Okay,
fair enough. David, you got any comments on that?
Nope. I agree with pretty much all pretty much.
No, sir.
What I just said, I'm happy with. Yeah, 3 at the back. So he plays 3 at the back with some wings. 2, 1, whatever it was. Yeah.
So what was it? So 3,
4, 4, 1, 2.
So 3. So that 4, right? These are wing backs, right? So what you're saying is you've got 3, a wing back, and then you've got 2 holders. And then a cam and 2 strikers or the flip.
Exactly, yeah. So you've got like basically triangles in the a part of the pitch that can cover and throughout the game, depending on how attacking minded that you've got.
I mean,
I will
Abby's
always be a strong advocate.
Sorry, mate.
Sorry.
Go on.
I was going to say, I would always be a strong advocate for our team being a 4-4-2 when we're in struggling moments, because you just got. We'll go talk about the Euros very briefly, but if you just look at how England were playing in the last match, we were attacking constantly, but we're never able to break through that back eight. Essentially, what it turned out to be when you got those two solid lines. So, if we're going to struggle, revert back to that 4-4-2, and that's a plan B that we've got. But if we're attacking and creatively minded and on form, that 3-4-1-2 would work for me as well. So if we've got the players to do multiple positions, like we'll go nine or...
I feel like, and this is me, I said this last year, the chances of Sunderland playing two up top is fucking zero. Like if we start two up top first game this season, I'll be really surprised. I'll be excited, but I'll be really surprised. I anticipate it being the flip of that.
Our situation's pretty grim in it as well, isn't it?
Yeah, well, exactly. We have to find two strikers first. So kick up there. Right. I reckon it'll be the flip. I think you'll see that one of those strikers drop in.
Yeah. There's still been no movement in the transfer market, so we can't really see what he's going to go with. You know what I mean? It's
too early, isn't it?
There's no strikers been bought or sold. Jack Clark's still here. Ballard's still here. You know what I mean? It's
early days though.
Yeah,
long way to go yet.
The transfer market will determine how he plays, I think, or how he wants to play.
Well, now that he's here, I know that we've got a sporting director or whatever that decides, but surely that sporting director will have to go off kind of the tactics and the formation and what the manager feels.
You would like to think that they've done the homework and how he plays.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Instead of just randomly going out buying fucking players.
120 days to work out this sort of gen. You know what I mean? Like if they only started to talk about it now, we're already up shit creek. Well,
you say that like you'd be very surprised we wouldn't start two strikers, but we've been clamouring for it all season. They've bought 4 strikers last year, but none of them have panned out. So it's not the numbers and what we've actually like given the chances on are two different things, because we have 4 out and out strikers, but if you're not giving those strikers game time to improve, it's not going to happen. So, yes, I do agree. Rushin probably is the best out of the 4 that we had. Burstow, absolute, yeah.
Chelsea
will sell him on, but like, what
would you do if the first side of the window was fucking Burstow back for another year?
He said Burstow.
He's our number one go to.
Gets the number 9 shirt.
I'd be fucking raging.
Can you imagine?
I think he's an alright bloke, but he just didn't fit into our squad that year.
Come on, lad, he was terrible.
It would not surprise me in 3 years' time he is banging in goals like
he's going to be a Ryan Brewster, mate. I tell you, that's what he's going to be. He's going to be a Brewster. He's going to sign for someone per more, have one good year, and then live off the back of that for the next 5 years.
So El Shrawi?
No, you leave El Strawberry out of this, mate.
He lived all that one season, mate. Come on.
Listen. Don't you get me going about fucking Stefan El Shrawi.
Here's a fun fact for you.
Go on then.
O'Shea's used to play under Reggie Labrie at Lorient.
Is that right?
Yes.
Yeah, that is right. Yeah. So,
there you go.
He's the first
I'd like.
Yeah. He's one of those midfield 3 or so.
Great.
So hopefully there'll be an improvement on his fucking set pieces.
Alan, did you ever get that with his set piece? Set pieces 23, 24.
It's in the post, I think. It's on the way.
Look, there's more to his game than that, but let's be fair, he had a fucking stinker for about a month. And look,
he did have one good game though.
When?
It was that game when you said he was the most improved player on the pitch.
Was it against QPR?
I can't remember, but he was bad the game before, and then you were like, "Where the fuck's O'Shea starting again?" And he was actually not too bad.
Yeah,
Was that the? I think that might have been the Millwall game. We still lost it.
Maybe we lost a lot of games at the end of the season.
Anyway,
You know what I mean?
Anyway,
let's see if he improves, and hopefully he does.
Al, you briefly touched on the transfer window, though. We have actually had movement, and I think we've solidified that position going into next season. I know there's still rumours with one person still in that, but it's the goalkeeper position. I know it's the go-to standard, but Pato, and is it Mason now? No.
Is it Simon Moore? Something, is it?
Moore.
We signed a guy, didn't we? We signed a bloke coming in, third choice.
I did see. I didn't really pay much attention.
I know he came from
journeyman lad.
Is it Leicester?
He hasn't been first choice anywhere else. He's been second choice keeper his whole career.
Well, I mean, there are other two backups.
He's back up, isn't he? He's back up.
Yeah, he's back up.
Yeah, but does that give you a little bit of faith that we're keeping Patterson, considering we've got rid of Bishop and Bass already? So it's not likely going to be a direct replacement unless this new keeper comes in and goes, do you know what, Pato, you crap compared to me, and steals his spot. Nobody's going to. No, it's not going to happen.
That's going to happen.
That's not going to happen.
If Pato felt like that, he'd probably move. You know what I mean?
I saw a vicious rumor kicking around on Twitter that Southampton were in for a double bid Pato and Clark, rated 40 million. I reckon.
I think the club would snap their hands off.
What, for Pato and Clark for 40 mil?
I'd let them go for 40 million.
Yeah.
If that was the case, I'd say yeah.
Yeah.
Simon Moore.
Yeah, Simon Moore.
Yeah.
I think that's good business. Look, I don't want to see it. I'm going to see it. You know what I'm going to see it.
Go see it.
The model. Yeah, that word. Anyway, I think that's good business if they're for 40 million. Yeah, because we know Clark's probably going to go, and if they want Pat as a sweetener, I'll be like, yeah. You know what I mean?
15 minutes. So we're saying 25 for Clark, 15 for Pato.
I'd take that, mate.
I'd take it.
I'd fucking take that.
I'd take less for Pato, mate. If they give us 30 million for the two of them, I'd bring them down.
Give me Pato 5 million. That is outrageous.
Nah, he's more than that, Davey. Come on.
Nah. Listen.
At least he's worth at least 10 million.
Do you reckon?
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's played all but one championship game in 2 seasons.
Fucking Ramsdale went to Arsenal for 25 million, and he's played no games.
Well, that's Premier League, though, isn't it? Like, do you know what I mean?
He's worth 10 million, Davey.
Oh, okay.
Right. Hey, look, you got to think you're paying £9 for a fucking pint now, mate. Come on, it's inflation.
Well, I mean, maybe
out and we've sorted the goalkeeping positions out.
Look, if we do sell Pato, mate, I'm not having some guy who's been second choice bouncing around the different clubs his whole career. Like, I'd want to go and sign someone else.
Yeah, but
we could get Jason Steele.
Andrew,
mate, his agent is a fucking. I'm telling you, like, his agent is I don't know how he does it. He must be a fucking hypnotist. You know, they all look into my eyes, it must be him, because Jason Steele is one of the worst footballers I've ever seen.
Last season,
in Europe,
exactly.
He was the European keeper, mate.
There you go.
I cannot understand it. What he must have dirt on everyone. Jason Steele, mate. He must. He's like fucking Varysony.
But
in fucking Game of Thrones, he just got all the information.
But what you said as well.
Get out of here.
It was that lad who said it was had a good season and he was a young lad. He went out on loan. Is it?
Oh, the guy.
Taylor?
No. The guy who was out at Darlington, wasn't he?
So you know, if that was that guy, and Pato was to go, who's to say that's not going to come in?
The academy goalkeeper stepping up. Okay.
Yeah,
I mean that's where Pato came from. You know what I mean? It's not a new concept. It's where Chris Reese came from. So why not?
Matty Young. The guy's called Matty Young.
Yeah, Young. Yeah, Matty Young. Sorry.
Yeah.
So
yeah.
And that's all part of what Speakman and Kildare like to do. They like to push the young ones through, sell them on, and then do it again. So who's to say that won't happen? But 40 million for them too, I'd snap the fucking hands off.
And I get that. I think it's I think that's a fair price for both of those players. But you got to remember, like, we've got an academy system and we're recruiting young players all of the time. That to me is illogical. If our academy is so good, why are we using, or why are we not using them to step up and getting somebody that's a little bit more, like you said, proven in whatever level of football they're at already, that are mature, they've got game time in the legs. It's
I don't think that's
weird.
I don't think the academy players are the problem. I think
I
it's
don't
always
think
a
they're
mixed
a problem
bag.
either, mate.
It's a mixed bag what you get with academy players. But what I find the problem we've got is like we said last season, is experience to bring them on and to get us, out of the league. That's the problem we've got. Not like obviously the academy does well, but it's the kicking on. That's just one part of the club moving forward. The academy, it's the foresight in buying good players and pros to get us out of the fucking championship. That's the problem.
You got to remember, last year the academy did fantastic. To be fair, they got into the final and they got into the final and lost against Spurs in the final. It's like that's the kind of competitors that we're coming up against. You got to remember, every other Premier League team has their academy, and we've beat most of them. We haven't beat all of them. Don't get me wrong, but we were in the top 2 of that. So we've got a fantastic academy, and if we're only going for youth model, we already have a talent pool. We shouldn't really need to spend 5 million on the likes of Mienda or 3 million, whatever it was, on Pembele and stuff like that.
You're right. Yeah, I mean, he was a fucking write-off, wasn't he? You know what I mean?
He went straight out on loan. To be fair, I wouldn't say straight out, like 6 months later, but yeah, he's gone out on loan.
Right? Yeah, you're right. You're right. Should we buy more academy level of age
graduates?
Players? Yeah,
graduates,
instead of just trust in the academy already. I don't know where the recruitment starts or what age at the academy. You know what I mean? I know they bring them in obviously early 8, 9s. And where did they bring them in foreign? You know what I mean? To the academy, because it feels like Hamia, for instance, should have gone straight into the 19s or 20s or whatever age he is, instead of trying to instead of blood him on the fucking pitches of first team. That's the problem I've got, is bringing academy style players in and then expecting them to start. Like it's not going to happen.
But it didn't materialise very well for us last year, and I get it. But you could also look at it from the side of, if it's purely about earning profit, the younger a player is, the easier they are to sell on, because they've got at least our current model, they've got at least a decade on paper left in their career. So I get where they come from in terms of a business aspect, but the owners buying that young constantly and only getting the seasoned experienced players in Bradley Dack as an example on very, very cheap contracts, for me is purely about the financing of pound coins rather than the points on the table. Oh, hello, Paul. Welcome. Was in the Northern Echo, if Pato gets sold, the club's going to look for a new first-team goalkeeper. So what's the point of Simon Moore then?
It's just...
that's the kind of thing I'm going to be able to cut out as well with this.
Who's crinkling away?
I'm opening a pack of nuts.
Shout out Crouchy to his Doritos.
Gonna say, is Crouchy found his way out there somehow? Rattling away there. What sort of nuts are there, Al?
Cashew.
So yeah, I think, considering I said we've got a very secure position in goalkeeping, that was a good line. I don't want to go through
No, we don't.
No, we don't. I think the number one spot that everybody is clearly looking at for us to solidify the most, and the most that the club would show like faith and understanding that they are actually listening to the fan base, is the strikers. And it is somebody who's not like 20 to 23, but 25 to 29, and they've played at least 1 or 2 seasons at this level, regardless of which, Bundesliga 2 or something like that.
That's the critical thing, mate. I think they need to have played at this level and performed at this level. Like, do you know what I mean? Like, you can't be drafting in Luis Semedo.
Yeah, Hamir again.
So, like Alan just said, throwing them on there and expecting them to work miracles. Like, you need someone who knows the league. Like, I mean, we mentioned Smodics a lot.
With the championship players, then?
Yeah, so
are they going to leave their club to come to Sunderland?
Sammy Smodic, yeah, like Danny's just said, Sammy Smodic we mentioned a lot last season. He
would have
be
been
a
the perfect
fantastic
one.
Oh, great player.
Alan
Fantastic.
is chowing down on those cashews, mate.
Sorry.
To be fair, before he retired as well, Deeney was a good option. Deeney would have potentially went anywhere, and he still
Troy
bagged,
Deeney, mate. Oh, I wouldn't have had him, mate.
Maybe no, he still bagged in goals in his final season. If you compare it to what we've already recruited last year, come on.
He's got neat pace, though, lad.
He hasn't, but I'd rather have Troy Deeney on the pitch than fucking Amaya.
Who are we talking about here?
Deeney.
I mean,
Troy
he's already
Deeney.
He's already retired and gone on. But like, that's the kind of player. If you know they're on the last legs, you're going to get them a lot cheaper. So that's the financial side of it eradicated, and you know they put the ball in the back of the net. That's all we need from a striker, right? The ball in the back of the net. I'm not overly bothered if they drop back and cover the midfield a bit more, because that's the midfield's job, and then the defense to cover the midfield. So
when Harry Kane was playing CDM the other day,
that pissed me off. Yes.
Well, there you go.
It pissed me off. I'd rather have the striker standing on the penalty spot, be offside 19 times, but when the ball actually does come to him, he's onside, he puts it in the back of the net. That's all I care about from a striker. It's their job. It's literally their job.
That's
a job. Okay.
It's a job.
This is a job.
If you've got a striker and they're not putting the ball in the back of the net, why are they being paid? You can't get away with it in any other way of your life. It's, I don't know. I just think it's a job's worth. And Burstow last season was one of those. So,
introducing the first signing of the season,
Simon Moore.
The second signing of the season.
Well, first pre-season. So I think didn't the window open on the 14th, Friday the 14th?
It was the day the Euro started, wasn't it?
Yeah.
The window open then.
Yeah, now it's gonna happen until the Euros is finished. Like, we're gonna be signing some internationals, man. Internationals.
I mean, it's always the same.
Maybe under 21s.
Yeah.
Get that guy from Georgia who scored that fucking class goal against Portugal. What's that guy's name?
Oh, it's really long, isn't it?
Yeah, get him in.
Yeah, let's take a chat about him. We'll call it with like supercalifragilisticexpialidocious on his name on that.
Do you remember there was a player? There was a player, right? Who said he was like 18 and he was about 40. Do you remember that? I can't remember his name.
I can't remember his name. Right, so I'm gonna try and pronounce this guy's name. All right. So he's called Kvicia Kvaratskhelia. That's him.
Who's that?
The guy who scored for Georgia yesterday or the day before.
Say it again. No, you just didn't understand the name, mate. You got to say it again.
Kvicia Kvaratskhelia. Something. Yeah. So it's really long. If you get his name on the back of your top, mate, you're paying a fortune.
George and Kenny, there you go.
We'll just call him Gary.
All right.
Got it.
George and Dave. Oh no. To be fair, like I want to ask you this one question about the final bit on transfers. We've already talked about it very briefly. Jack Clark. Would you be surprised if he stays and plays a couple of games under Sunderland this campaign? So
yeah.
Could play up to 4. He could play up to 4 games before the transfer window closes. By the way, so he could be in the Sunderland shirt again.
Do you think this regime is going to allow Jack Clark to play the first 4 games of the season where he could get injured?
That's what
if they're going to sell him for 20-odd million quid.
No.
If you see him in pre-season,
if he plays 1 game for Sunderland, mate, he ain't gone anywhere.
I would agree with that. 100%.
Would I be surprised? Oh, it's gone red. Would I be surprised? Yes, I'll be very surprised. I expect him to go before the season starts.
When you just put one of those heat lamps, you know those heat lamps at a glass spider, lad. That's what you just got one just off camera there.
When you get outside for a social,
some fresh air, right?
Yeah, some fresh air.
To vape now, innit? Just gotta have some. Gotta have a vape.
Oh, what flavour is it? Oh, watermelon.
Of course it is.
Funny story, right? So,
hi.
Funny story about a vape, right? So I was in the staff Christmas party, right? And there's a guy there. He's like dead serious at all times, right? He's like one of these guys who's like got knee crack or what. Like he's just like dead straight. Great at his job, but like dead straight, right? And I was like, you know, I had a few beers and I was like, "Hey, how you doing, mate?" You know, he was there with his vape. I was like, "Oh, you got a vape, mate? You got a vape?" He's like, "Yeah." I was like, "Oh, you get all sorts of mad flavors, can't you? It's like watermelon, like all this sort of nonsense." I was like, "What have you got there?" He was like, "Tobacco, mate." Literally, no flavor to vape. It was like it was like a vape, but it tasted of cigarettes.
That's disgusting.
What's the point?
I'm like, surely the selling point of a vape is you don't have to taste the crap.
You don't have to taste that horrible. Yeah, that's tar.
Sounds like a fucking moron.
Good on his job, though, mate.
Great at his job, but
LinkedIn tobacco.
Is that him on LinkedIn screaming after his job? Is that him?
I think he's the Chubb's assistant manager. I think.
I feel like we need to start when I fucking retire, because I don't want to deal with any other. Like, just the people I know, because I think everyone else are morons.
I mean, you're right, Al. I've been out in the world and
you've been outside once.
One time I went outside and there was a fucking idiot, so I didn't come back out.
Mate, you just got to get down as the spinny mover, mate. You'll soon realise where the country's in the shithole.
Just drive half an hour, mate.
It is my idea, right?
Okay.
I think.
Are you football related?
Yes. No, it's not actually. And I'll tell you, I saw it on YouTube. Someone was in.
You're gonna be a YouTuber?
No, I'm definitely fucking not. This lad went to Japan, right? And there was a Pokemon shop, mate, and it was fucking stowed off. And I was thinking, there's no Pokemon shops anywhere. And I think like even in London, is there one in London?
Well, I didn't find one.
No idea.
I don't think so.
Exactly.
I don't think so.
So my idea is to franchise it in the UK.
Mate, you got no chance with Nintendo is like, nope. No way.
No, they sell franchises though. They sell stuff. Don't they?
Asda, you can go get your teddy bear from there.
What? So the Pokemon brand.
Yeah, I mean,
do you know what I mean?
I would say
Pokemon, gotta catch them all.
Right. Speaking of brands,
I know it's my destiny.
Each of our Sunderland kids.
No.
Each of our Sunderland kids, Dave Bruce has revealed to Nick Barnes, each of our strips will have a different Sunderland badge on it. So, yes, franchising, branding, marketing.
Yeah,
is that right though? Because I saw. Oh, go on, Smithy. You go ahead, mate. You introduce this section.
So I heard. So you had one coming out at the end of this month, one at the end of next month, and the third kit coming out before the end of August. So likelihood is the current one we've just seen released yesterday, and you can buy it from tomorrow with the current crest. So likelihood is the away kit will have the ship crest,
the classic one, yeah.
And the third kit will have SAFC, like the 73 style, just lettering. I also kind of feel like that SAFC one's a bit West Brommy, but
oh yeah, their old badge is literally WBA on it, just like stitched on.
I think it's very good marketing by the club, the whole Hummel thing, and the whole,
I agree.
I'm on board.
Invoking the old guys, the old school, get on board.
But we banged on about it for fucking years about how you remember the carrier bag strip? You know what I mean?
I hated that. I hated that kit, man.
The carrier bag strip. So I think this is obviously good marketing, getting the fans back on board, because everyone loves them strips, mate.
Yeah.
Like the 70s strip or the fucking 80s and 90s strips. Nothing else really stands out after that. I mean, can you remember a strip? The Reg Vardy strip, maybe.
What about this one I'm wearing right now?
Last season's third kit. This is a wee way.
This is the Barini top. This.
What about?
Yeah, there's one or two seasons where I thought, yeah, that's not too bad, but nothing's really ever stood out as it. To be honest, I think these strips. I think these will fucking go like hotcakes. Like
I agree. I think it's gonna be tough to get your hands on them.
You're gonna have to do it on the internet. I'm gonna order both, like the Hummel strip. Because I mean, I've got the old 90, 91 Hummel top, 91, 92. original. And obviously, I don't want to keep wearing that because it'll fucking, you know what I mean? It'll wear it, and it's all top. So yeah, I'm all for it.
It's really nice.
It is.
I'm not too sure about the long sleeves. I'll probably go in short sleeve, but nice to have an option.
Yeah.
No, very, very good. I will almost certainly buy one of those tomorrow.
That's
for the
one good thing
low
the
price
club's done in this fucking post season.
Smithy, have they given a price yet?
No, and that's why I think this might be a little bit of a shock to our fans, because obviously Fanatics are a little bit on the more dearer side. They've obviously got relationships with Chelsea, Fulham, and I think Crystal Palace. I know there's another Premier League club, but if you look at their pricing, possibly.
Yeah.
But if you look at the no, definitely not Borough.
I'll have a Google now.
Hummel.
But not Fanatics.
No, Fanatics. So Fanatics are the distributor now, right?
Yeah. Sorry.
So Fanatics, I know they have Spurs, Chelsea, and Fulham, I think, 3 London-based clubs. And if you look at their pricing for their kits, it's absolutely exorbitant. Exorbitant. It's literally
a lot, mate.
milking.
It's a lot.
It's milking money out of the fan base, and I don't think we will take it too well if it's anything above 65 quid.
It's Manchester United, Chelsea, Derby, and Everton.
Is that it?
So in the English football. Oh, sorry, Villa as well. And then abroad we got PSG, Schalke, Bayern, Atletico.
Well, so what are they in charge of? Distributing and moving it around the UK?
Yeah, for those teams
globally. So you can buy those in any Fanatics shop or distributor in the world. So
I bought from Fanatics. I mean, this is not a paid sponsorship. I bought from Fanatics before, and it was absolutely no drama whatsoever.
Oh, here you go. I've got the actual list. PSG, Arsenal, Villa, Chelsea, Everton, Liverpool, Man City, Man U, Newcastle, Spurs, Barcelona, Atletico Madrid, Real Madrid, Bayern Munich. Basically, pick a big name brand football team, and you've got them there. In the Premier League, they've got 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 15 clubs signed up. So if you look at the pricing of their kits versus ours, that's where you're looking at. And
is there a higher on the top end? Do you know what I mean? Because you mentioned Derby there, and also PSG. So what?
Yeah, I would the Derby
80
kit.
Quid. 80 quid is the standard that I'm seeing.
Derby?
No, not for Derby. I'm going football and then going to EFL. Right, so we'll go EFL. For Derby County,
the same thing.
Derby County's current kit is 60 quid. So it's a 10 quid hike on what we paid last year.
Yeah, so
it wasn't 50 quid last year, was it?
It was 50 quid.
I bought me and Amelie the pink kit, the away kit last year, and it was 50
Mate,
quid.
If that shop is in fucking stock with that kit, people are just gone mad. Do you know what I mean? There's all this fucking bullshit about this shop's going to be open and it's going to be, more days, more stock. If they sell out and don't restock and they say, we can't get them in, I'll be fucking foaming, because I've had months and months and months to plan logistically how they're going to do this. Surely someone sat down and went, you know what, this kit's going to fucking go. We need to stock high. And, when it sells out, have the capacity to fill the shelves again. I'm telling you now, if that doesn't happen, mate, I'd be like, you need to put me in charge of fucking the shop, because it's it's basic.
When you talk about franchise, doesn't work out.
Yeah, but it's basic management. You know what I mean? You've got to have the foresight to think this is going to go quick. We need a lot of stock in.
I agree wholeheartedly.
Yeah, I mean the kits run out after last year. I think me and Amelie went down 2 days after it was released, and there wasn't.
But why, David? This shouldn't. The shelves should be fucking full every time someone goes in that shop.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. They forecast it. They know how much they sold last year. They know that everybody's going to be buzzing for these Hummel. I mean, look at the Hummel jackets and stuff that sold out like that before the season ended. Honestly,
I'd be questioning who's in charge of the shop and managing the shop if this isn't the case. You know what I mean? That it should be full all year round, because they're going to sell. Now, I get it. People can't make it to the shop, and they've got to order online. people shouldn't have to pay them prices. You should be able to go to the shop and pay.
I
think
thought
it's
the
going to
shop was
retail at
closed.
60
Right,
quid.
Hang on.
Is it going?
Let's just roll back a second.
It's
Is it
likely
going to
60
retail
quid.
at 60 quid? What, in the club shop?
Highly likely, yes.
Right. So the club shop, my understanding of the club shop is it is closed.
It's open tomorrow.
It opens tomorrow.
They've moved.
It opens
to where
tomorrow.
So they were moving it from where it was to what the old ticket office was, right?
The Black Cat spot. Yeah, you can literally see a video of it on Twitter now of
and it's
the
opening
shop
tomorrow.
being
Is that
ready.
right?
Yeah, they've had a couple of fans in today.
Are they they're still going to sell tickets there, so you can still buy your tickets.
Yes, you have to just buy it from the till. You just buy it from the till.
All right, good. Well, all right. Maybe the stars are aligning. Maybe something's good's actually happening.
I'm going to share something.
Oh.
Can you see this?
It's a Twitter, mate.
That's it.
Hey.
It's on Twitter. There you go. There's a shop ready for tomorrow.
Oh, look at that.
Right.
I bet there'll be a few out queuing
and
up
where
in the morning.
is that the old ticket office?
That's the old ticket office. It's a Black Cat bar. I'm not too sure about that side of it.
Smithy, what was that?
I don't know. This is the power of Twitter, isn't it? But they showed you the inside of the shop.
I missed this altogether. All right.
But you can see racks and racks and racks.
Mate,
racks upon racks.
They
look kind of small there, like.
They're the kids section, but
tomorrow.
But you've got
tomorrow. That's going to be empty.
You've got at least 250 there, mate. Come on.
Why is Isaac trending, Smithy? Find out why Isaac's trending.
Oh, he's gone.
Okay.
Come on, sold. Sold.
Sell.
Isaac sold.
Oh. I don't know.
Is that Justin Bieber?
Oh, no.
I mean, we're getting
I'm going to stop sharing now, but there you go.
Your Twitter is full of all sorts of nonsense.
Yes, or no. Maybe I shouldn't share that. But yeah, the shop's ready. You can buy it tomorrow. I'm going to keep an eye on the thing in about 2 hours.
I'm at work, tomorrow, so I'll be.
Is that just the home top?
It's just the home top. So the home top's this month, the away top's next month, and the third kit is likely before the end of the transfer window.
Did you see the rumored leaked away top or not? Did you see that?
And it looks nothing like that apparently anymore.
Yeah, so that was.
Have you seen the two people who went on holiday and got it off GHK and it looks like a tent on him and the most tightest thing on this this middle-aged woman. It doesn't look great.
That sounds mint because he said there's a photo for there on that.
Yeah.
All right now. Okay, well, so good. I'm going to buy a new Sunderland kit tomorrow. I didn't buy any last year's. So
I will when I get back. I will purchase both probably.
I know this sounds really like for first world problems, like, but I genuinely don't know if I buy mine online, it'll come here in time.
No,
you have to get shipped to Australia, mate.
No.
Sure, this shipping out there'll be a couple of quid, lad.
That's why I like the idea of Fanatics, because I think I can buy it in a local shop there for the first time. Right. International distribution is there. Wherever you can buy a Man U kit or a Man City kit, you should in theory be able to buy a Sunderland kit. That's the whole point of branding with Fanatics.
Where's the Hummel sweat house, like the old sweatshop? Where's that? Is that in China? Because probably
China,
quicker, isn't
it?
It's Germany. It's Germany.
Is it though?
Is the warehouse in Germany?
So Hummel based it. Where are Hummel shirts made? Here we go.
Germany.
Well, you are incorrect. It is Turkey, India, Bangladesh, Pakistan, and China.
There you go.
There you go. You probably get it's a German company, but it's made in the Far East, middle of the Far East.
Here's a fun fact for you, right?
Go on.
Oh, this is debatable, but go on then.
Sunderland were the first football team to wear Nike kit.
Is that right?
An 84-85 season. Nike produced the Cowies kit. and we were the first club in the UK to wear Nike.
Oh.
That is actually an interesting fact. Yeah, well done.
David's about to tell us a spooky story. I got.
I accidentally pressed me talk.
In a dark, dark house in a dark, dark wood.
Stay away from that trap door.
I heard this season Michael Dodds is going to take caretaker charge after 5 games.
We're going to go into the season. No new signings.
Fixtures.
Something's happened.
Should talk about fixtures.
Yeah. Oh, I forgot about that. Yes, I'll just load them up.
Let's go to the first month, eh? See what we.
Have you seen our first 4 away games are all fucking miles away? Like the average round trip's like 300 miles or something. Have a look, mate. I'm telling you, the first 4 away games are all bottom end of the country.
So the first game of the season, the opener, is away to Cardiff City, and it's available on the red button. So if you can't travel, don't worry about it too much.
If you can't travel, you pay for Sky.
Then we have Sheffield Wednesday and Burnley at home back to back, and then Portsmouth away.
There you go. Right. So
we've got to travel. The squad have got to travel at least 300 or 270 miles to Cardiff and about 320 miles to Portsmouth.
Keep going. The next 2 away games are also down there somewhere.
Then 2 weeks later, so after the international break, we have Plymouth away.
There you go. There's another one.
Fucking hell.
Then we have the very, very real derby rivalry of Middlesbrough the week after. And then Watford away at Vicarage Road
Look
on
at the
Saturday
fucking
the 29th.
state of this, man. There's someone in the fixtures. You know the geezer who does all the fixtures laughing his head off at that? The city couldn't matter. They've got to travel fucking miles.
I mean, to be fair though, right? It is a derby. It's just not a rivalry. It's not a rivalry. I keep hammering this home.
Team in Yorkshire.
It's a Tees-Wigan derby, but it's not a rivalry. We don't care. Well, I do care if we win, but I'm not going to be salty if we don't.
Yeah.
Here's something as well for our first home game. The Mags are also at home at that very same point as well.
So we never play home same day, right?
So
is the Premier League fixtures out?
It's probably going to be moved.
It's probably not because we are 12:30 kickoff. If the Premier League game is 5:30, they can do both. They can police it effectively. So
I'm pretty certain that we'll have to ask our expert John Shanks about this. But I'm pretty sure that they never put us both at home on the same day because of police and dramas.
Yeah.
I can, if that's the case and it's all fell that way, I can see one of those games getting moved.
Probably.
Saturday the 17th of August 2024. Sunderland at home to Sheffield Wednesday. Newcastle at home to Southampton.
Well, there you go.
We're a 12:30 kickoff. They're a 3 p.m. kickoff.
That's not
Pelo Metro Station is going to be like no you've ever seen before that day.
Yeah.
It's gonna. You want to avoid that place
We'll move it,
like the plague. Yeah, man. I wouldn't be surprised if one of them gets moved.
So
You can change that phrase now to the COVID.
China.
What's it called? Barnacastle eye test.
But who did that? There was
Brewdog.
Was it Brewdog did Barnacastle eye test?
Yeah.
Nice. I enjoyed it.
It was all right, yeah. So let's talk about who we think's going to do well in the championship and where we think we're going to finish. So we're going with who you think's going to go straight back up or go up, I should say.
All right, okay. So
you're thinking somebody's going to go up to go down then?
Okay, so I think Burnley, despite being pretty poor, I don't really think they've got many assets to sell, and they're playing a particular way. I know they've lost company, but I still think they're going to be good. I can see Burnley being up in there. I cannot see Sheffield United being very good because they got absolutely fucking tonked every week, and they're probably going to have to sell a few of their better players. And they've got Chris Wilder, who's he's out of the tower. I just can't. Mate, if you play a year where you get fucking smashed week in, week out, your confidence is on the floor. Like, going to take some serious effort from Wilder to get them going again. Like, I just can't. I cannot see them being. They're not going to be like bottom of the table, like, but I don't think they'll be challenging.
I'm going to go. Sorry.
No, I was going to say I can definitely see Luton Town crumbling, very much like Huddersfield Town. So I think they'll finish probably about 10th, and then the following season they were running relegation battle.
I reckon if someone came in for Edwards, say like a Premier League team, sat their gaffer early doors, went in for Edwards, I think he can. In which case, I can't see Luton surviving much longer.
I think Leeds are going to go up.
That was me.
Right, I just think they were unlucky against Southampton. I did tip Leeds to go up like in the playoffs, but I just think I watched that game and I thought it was tight. It was tight. I think they're fucking beans as well near the end. So I'm going to, if they keep the players they've got, and is it Farker who's the manager? Not Farker.
Yeah.
It is Farker.
Daniel
I
Farker.
just think he's been in that league a while now. When he keeps that team, I think they'll go straight back up. Well, not straight back up, but I think they'll go up. I don't know about the rest, like, you know, people dropping down and what have you, but I'm going to say Leeds for auto.
Nobody predicted Ipswich, so let's not write off a team to come out the blue.
Oxford,
you know what I mean?
Oxford to get promoted back to back.
Right,
let's not go too far.
Davey, what do you reckon?
Burnley, like Andrew said, Leeds, like yourself said, and I think because Watford had a really bad season last season, but they don't particularly have a bad team. So I think Watford will be there and thereabouts as well.
Have they got a new manager, have they? Or...
I'm going to hard disagree with Watford, mate.
It's about time. There's that to gather every other month, isn't there?
You can hard disagree. I just think that Watford have got an okay team. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like they definitely didn't deserve to finish where they finished. They had a terrible season, as bad as us.
I don't dislike Watford, but I just don't think they've got any kind of ambition at the minute, especially under current ownership. They feel like I don't know if you remember, Alan might more than you two, but when Wimbledon crashed and burned, they were high flying. Nobody expected them to crumble as badly as they did.
There was a lot of background problems, or you know what I mean.
And I see that at Watford.
You know,
Watford have sacked like more managers than Sunderland in the last decade. How is that possible? There's something clearly not right at Watford.
Bankrolled by the Italian, then there. Watford bankrolled by the Italian, some Italian geezer.
Yeah, so I don't see Watford being anywhere near the fight. If they are, that would be a big dark horse surprise for me.
I mean, I think I agree with you, Smithy. I cannot see Watford if the Watford sneak into the playoffs. It's a good season for them.
I think they'll probably not go up automatically, but I just think that they'll have a better season and they'll be there or thereabouts the playoffs.
They had a season very similar to us, though, mate. So yeah, I don't think they could get much worse without being in that relegation fight.
Defo top three. Defo to top three.
Right.
So
16th.
What about us?
Right.
What about
us? I think
Saturday song, isn't it? What about us?
I think we've obviously had one of the shittest seasons. It's not the shittest season we've ever had, but I do genuinely feel this is a new era. This is the French.
Oh yeah, without a doubt, man. Do you know what it feels like? It feels like a lot of things, like you said at the top of the show, mate. A lot of things have now things that we were waiting for to happen to be like, okay, now we're ready to go again. Those things have happened.
Now we've got a manager.
Now we've got a manager. Now we've got a club shop.
Now you can buy a ticket at any time and not have to go on stage.
If it feels a lot like the Keane season.
You reckon?
So we could have a rocky August, but as soon as that window is shut, I think we'll start flying. But that's just
you're right.
Weird. That's just a vibe I'm getting.
You're right, mate. I think there's a lot of work to do in terms of the personnel on the pitch. In terms of retaining players and getting players in, without a doubt, we're going to see some movement there. Mm-hmm. It's probably too early to say just how well we're going to do.
But like
I said, go on. No,
go on.
All right. Well, like I said, I think things are finally starting to tickle towards the right direction, which is good.
Yeah.
I just want to quick before.
At least the kit's good, right?
Yeah. Before I predict where we're going to finish, I just want to flash back there pre-season when we bollocked the fucking stagecoach driver as he walked. It's a great memory.
He's fucking guy down here.
It was Warriors.
It's fucking funny. Disgusting.
I'm
I'm not down there. Like, you're down there. It must
Yeah,
all be different for everyone. Ooh.
I'm going to go Sunderland 10th.
I'm going to go. Oh, go on.
I just feel like I can't really see if we're going to be bad or good. At the minute, the transfer window is still open. He's just got in. I'm just going to go with stability and 10th. I don't think we're going to. I mean, I'd love us to get to the playoffs. I don't think we're going to go auto, but playoffs is the dream. But I just, at the minute, the way things are going, I'd be fucking happy with 10th. Do you know what I mean? I know it's like, oh, they've had 5 years and it's not happened, but
I've got a slightly different question for you, Alden, just on the back of that, because I think, from my side of it, I think this is one of those seasons of two halves. Where do you think we'll be come the end of this calendar year? Are we going to be in that playoff pack? Or are we going to actually we need to invest to keep in the league?
Mate, it's hard to see. It's hard to see who's going to come in, who's going to leave, how we plays, how we do in the pre-season. You know, there's loads and loads of fucking factors. Before we kick a ball at the start of the season, you know, we'll have a good idea through pre-season how he's going to play. But the first 3 games is the tell, innit? The first 3 games is like, right, okay, we're either going to do well, or we need more players or whatever, and we're not going to play well. So I'm going to say 10th for now because I don't really know. Do you know what I mean? Like everyone. So let's just wait the pre-season, the first 3 games for. I'll make another assessment.
All right.
Okay.
I am not to agree with Alan, but I cannot say it's in the playoffs. But I don't think we'll be in the bottom half. I think we'll be somewhere between 7th and 12th.
That just what's it called? Too close to call.
Yeah, well, you know, like I said, like Alan just touched on there, man. It was. How you can't really make an assessment right now. Like I think if we retained all of our players and Dr. Labrie got us playing in a decent way, then why not push on? But yeah, there's a long way to go before we get there. So I'm going to go somewhere between 7th and 12th.
Okay, Duve?
New manager, probably going to have new players. First half of the season, end of the calendar year, we're going to be in the bottom half. I would say.
Pessimistic, Davey.
I would say 15th.
If we hit Christmas and we're 15th, it's fucking hell on. Like, can you imagine? I'm telling you, if that's what's
3 points off the relegation zone.
If that happens, if we are 15th at Christmas, there will be fucking hell on in the stands.
I think the fans can live with mid-table and above. I think they can live with that. But if we're teetering and we're looking over our shoulder, they'll be fucking hell on. You know that stadium is. When everyone turns, mate, it'll be fucking toxic. We've all been there. We've all sat in the stands and seen it. Over numerous years.
I'm going to build on that toxic vibe because I think we've still got a couple of fans that are absolutely still just. This season is just going to be a continuation of what we already had last campaign, and there will be like that as long as we have Kildee and Speakman around. So. I think there'll always be at least a vocal minority of fans that'll be like, "This is shit. Get everybody sacked and started."
Yeah, but exactly the point. That's exactly the point, Alan. If the other thing happens, you guarantee they'll be fucking bouncing around. They won't give a fuck about. They're not going to be like, speak when he made the right call. What a cunt. Do you know what I mean?
You're only as good as your last game. You know what I mean? That's the way football is, and fans are fickle. But like. as far as dealing with it as a fan base, dealing with it, and because there's a level of acceptance, and I think 15th isn't acceptable. Do you know what I mean? I think 10th and above is palatable.
It's bottom half not acceptable, but I did say at the end of the calendar year. But I do feel like, as long as we're stable, we don't sack him, and we build up. I feel like we probably will finish in the top half.
All right.
I don't think that will. I don't think that will make the playoffs unless we have an amazing start or end, have an amazing run. But I just don't see us immediately come out the doors and be in top half, sitting around the playoffs or there and thereabouts. I just think in the first half of the season, we'll be in the bottom half.
Just one point off the bat of that, you said there that as long as we stick with the gaffer, he'll turn us around and give him some stability. If we are sitting like Alan says, looking over our shoulder, Christmas time, man's not there, he's gone.
I disagree. I think our ownership is that stubborn that they will just stick with him. And
they can't. Look what happened with Bale. They can't do that again, mate. Honestly, mate, they'll be knocking down the fucking doors.
Yeah, but they set themselves up to be like, we spent our time looking for the right man, all this sort of stuff. Like they're gonna be getting it from the fans, right? If debris comes in and it doesn't work out, they're gonna be getting it from everywhere. They're gonna be the pressure is gonna be on them to make a change, and the only thing they can do is sack the gaffer.
But I didn't say that we'll be 15th and we'll be fucking cut away. I'm just like, we won't be one win off the top half. We might be 10 points off relegation. Like, I'm just saying that I don't think they'll sack him. I'm with Smithy. Like, I don't think they'll sack him because they've waited 150 odd days to fucking hire him.
The pressure that they will be under to make a change, it will be incredible. Let's hope it never gets that far.
Right. Yeah. I get that pressure's going to be there, but the reason I 100% don't think they'll do anything against what they have on paper in their plans is our striker. We've been crying out for strikers, proven strikers for ages. They just, we listen to you. They said they fucking listened to us for the first time in February last season. Like,
when Kale did that sit down.
Yeah.
But people are like, what the fuck are you doing with the Black Cats bar, man?
So
yes.
If Speakman, Kildee, what the fuck Satori does, I don't know. But if they've got their mindset and they're like, Libri will get us into that playoff zone or top two, like they said last season, they believe in him that much, they will stick to it regardless of what the outside noise is going to be saying. I just think they're that stubborn, and if we as a fan base are vocal to the point where that stubbornness becomes, I'd say, beyond toxic, then they can't be our ownership going into the following season. But we need some level of stability. So we've got to see how the first games come out, how our style of players changed, and we're going to see that in the pre-season games. If we see an improvement on how the players are actually putting the shirt on and performing for the kit for our fans, then I don't know. It's be cautious, but also be optimistic. Like I said, it's a new era. I know we've had a shit couple of months and not enough communication from the ownership, but there won't be a change. They'll be stubborn with it, and we've got to learn it's not going to be Bale ball anymore. That's ultimately what we're getting with Libri. It's a defined style.
I just want to touch on the finance quickly, before we wrap it up eventually. But
sure.
I'm sure they said we managed 9 million. Is that what they said in the sort of close season statement? It was like we're in the red for 9 million. Is that right?
Yeah, something like that. Yeah.
Yeah. So, and I just want to see what after they do the sale, because there will be sale. They'll sell maybe Clark and a few others. I want to see what they say at the end of next season as well, reference finance, because I think they've been fairly cute to post that in the finance. Yeah, knowing that they're probably going to sell and make money. Do you know what I mean? So, and plus what they've spent on the stadium and that, So at the end of this season coming up, another financial sort of statement is because I want to see progress in that as well in that department, because it's very smoke and mirrory in it, like with how much is he got, and can he spend? Is it his money? You know,
that's not just a football thing though. That's a business thing, isn't it?
Yeah, it is. But I just think a bit of clarity, more clarity on that. I like it. They posted it, and this is what we're in the red and all that sort of business. But like that needs to be progressed as well. You know, I don't want to see us in the fucking red next year.
Like you say, at least they're providing some. I mean, it's probably all freely available anyway, but they are providing some communication.
Yeah. So the business acumen side and improve. Obviously, you know, I'm not expecting us to fucking perform miracles next season, but I'd like to see finance and stability and moving forward, because once you've got more clout, you know, you can spend more and progress more. So I'd be more interested in that as well at the end.
So I think you're like advocating steady growth rather than an impact blow. Then is that right?
Well, we've had impact, haven't we? We're fucking only short of that when fucking down the toilet. So
yeah, steady growth.
You know, steady growth.
What you're saying now is you want to see the 5-year plan come to fruition. Is that what you're saying?
Well, I don't think it's a 5-year plan. I think they're stupid to say that, but the improvement in financial stability should be a goal as well. And you know, obviously FFP and all that malarkey, and you know, we need to be box clear about that. So yeah, I still don't think that's his money. I think he got that as a guarantor, you know, his family, and apparently they're fucking in dire straits as well with money. So I don't know.
Yeah, we'll see.
Yeah, we'll see.
Oh, Dave's tired.
No, man, I'm
tired.
That rose and what was it? Rose and cream soda.
Yeah,
tip you over the edge.
Twins.
When's our first pre-season game, by the way?
I'll tell you, but before I tell you, would you like to know the odds on Plymouth to be relegated? Because I've just had
go ahead, mate. Because I'm going to whack 100 banker on this. Actually, I see 100, probably £10, but go on.
100 pennies.
Fennis 50.
He's actually, it's funny, actually, right? So Plymouth were to get relegated 2-1. 2-1 on. 2-1 to get relegated, right?
Yeah.
And then they hired Rooney. And then they went to 6-4.
I might have to put £100 on to get something back.
So the odds actually shortened. But to get promoted, you get 17-1 for Plymouth to get promoted.
Right. If you want to throw away somebody, stick it on that.
I've got a funnier question. Will we actually see Plymouth Rooney in charge of Plymouth when we play them on September 14th?
I think so.
The fifth game of the season.
Fifth game. Can you imagine if Rooney was sacked by the game 5? Man, he's got to get out in the fucking Arctic or something after.
What's the odds on him getting sacked?
Yeah. First manager sacked.
Mike, you should have told us that before, man. That's too much information.
Fair enough.
I'll bring it to the next. We'll have to have another month off or something. Whenever do the next potty.
So that obviously the last sort of questions is what's going on with the potty and you smudging. Can it be going on?
Yeah, so that's why we're trying out this Riverside app today.
Riverside, motherfucker.
Let's go.
Yeah, there you go. I thought that would come in at some point. That's why we're trying that. So it's to cut out the server issues that we've had with Discord over last year and to allow other stuff. So if it works and it looks nice, we'll keep using this going forward. And
I mean, it was alright enough. You know, it was decent enough for me.
No drama.
The only complaint I make is I can't find. You remember the last potty where we found all the noises and it was like sad trumpet. Do you remember that?
Yeah.
I can't find a sad trumpet.
There you go. You ready? Playing live.
I just see a spinning stadium.
Oh.
It's the stadium of light, mate. There you go.
Very good.
There you go. Right. So yeah, I'll see how this connects. We'll do a test. Jesus Christ! Shut up.
Still going. Going wild.
Yeah.
Live from the Eras tour there.
Seconds. Yeah, so we'll see how this goes. I will let you know by WhatsApp what we're doing with the next one.
Are you going to do matches, or are you just going to do pods?
Oh
You know
yeah,
what I mean?
No, yeah. So pods are on here. Matches will be on Discord.
Right. Okay. Sound. Just so I know.
Sound.
Just
Right,
so we know.
Oh, well, this has been
in terms of schedule, I think we'll do it after the pre-season games.
Yeah. So, like, I mean, is there a? I don't know if you. Is there a pre-season game we can test it? You know what I mean?
Yeah, you've got.
Oh, you asked.
David was going to tell us.
You asked when there was fucking games. Hold on 1 second.
Go on then.
Yeah.
It's August, isn't it? I'm sure it's August.
No, August to start the season.
All right, hold on. So we've got a friendly against Eldeness. 21st.
Oh, what about Nottingham Forest? Nottingham Forest on the 17th, isn't it?
Of what?
19th of July. 19th of July. It's a Friday.
Mate, that's only 3 weeks away. 1, 2. Yeah, 3 weeks away.
Yeah, and try that. See how that works.
Let's give it a go.
With South Shields, 13th. Is that what we're saying?
No? South Shields on the 13th. That's is that Wednesday?
No,
yeah,
Saturday the 13th of the 7th. Shield Sunderland, and we're also playing Gateshead on the same day at 5 o'clock.
No.
And then we've
it'll be the depth of the night over in Oz, won't it?
But
what we're doing, watching the match, or are we going to do a reaction to match?
We'll do a watch of the match. It'll be on Discord, and we'll see how that works. See how the connection works and stuff like that, and then we'll go from there. But in terms of the next podcast for like out and out the Mackem Football Show podcast, where there's no game happening at the same time, we'll do that in a month's time, shall we?
Yeah.
Next one of these.
Let's pencil it in.
End of the month.
The 25th. The 25th.
Okay.
Or the 25th.
All right now. Well, we'll have a few games to discuss.
It's a Thursday night now, mate.
Yeah, but
I couldn't do tomorrow. Neither can Andrew. That's why we picked tonight.
Yeah. It's just because I'm going camping with a fam.
Okay. Yeah, we'll do it the 26th. 26th. Fine. Sweet.
Sounds like a plan.
All right then.
All right.
Enjoy your trip, Smudge.
Speak to you when you are on the other side of the world.
All right then.
Bye.
All right. See you later. Bye.
I don't know how to end it.